Hey guys, welcome to Laratips. In today's video, we'll be looking at how Laravel or Laravel Breeze handles these too many login attempts. So this happens whenever we try to log in more than 5 times using wrong credentials. Then it will lock us for a minute, and after a minute, then we can again try. So we'll look at how Laravel Breeze handles it. And if you don't know about Laravel Breeze, then it is just authentication scaffolding. Whenever you install it, authentication related logic will be automatically available in your project. So if I show you here in the Laravel documentation, you can just install Laravel Breeze through Composer like this and just run these commands, and the authentication related steps will be automatically available in your project. So after installing Laravel Breeze, whenever you visit the website like this, then you will see here this login and register, and whenever you click on this login, it will show us this login form. And if we try to log in more than 5 times using the wrong credentials, then it will automatically lock us for a minute. Now let's see how it handles that. Whenever we click on login, it will submit to a login route, which is inside this routes auth.php. If you see here is the post request. This is the get request which shows this web page, and whenever we click on login, it will do a post request on this login route. So let us go to this store method. Here is a login request, and it is just calling the authenticate on the login request, and it is regenerating the session and just redirecting us to the home route, which is dashboard in our case. So here let us go inside this authenticate, which is inside this login request. So let us go there. So here it is calling ensure is not rate limited method, and we'll look at it a little bit later. First of all, let us look at it. Here it will try to authenticate the user. So here it will just pass email and password and try to authenticate the user, and it is passing here remember. Whenever we click on this remember me, it will set here and it will just generate a new token and it will store in the database, and it will not log out unless we click on the logout button. So it tries to authenticate the user, and if the credential is wrong, it will just hit the rate limiter. We'll see what it does. And here it will just throw the validation exception with the email and saying auth.failed, and let's see what is inside this auth, and which is inside this resources lang en auth. And you can see here these credentials do not match our record. So if I just go here and just type the wrong credentials over here and click on login, you can see here the message over here, and this message is coming from here. And let's say if it is correct, then it will just clear all the locking or the rate limiting, and then it will just proceed. And after this is completed, then you have already seen here in this controller, it will just redirect to the dashboard. Now let's see what this does. So this is rate limiter is a facade. So if you see here at the top, so illuminate support facade rate limiter. So what does hit do here inside? So it just receives a throttle key, and let's see first what it is. So this throttle key is here at the bottom, and you can see here it is just making a unique string for each login. So here it is taking the email address and the IP address of the current user. So let's say in the same house, 2 people are using our website and they have the same IP and they have the different email address. So for both of them, we don't want to just log them. If let's say I tried for 2 times and the another user tried for 3 times, then we don't want to log them after the 5 attempts, because they both must have their own unique 5 attempts. So for that case, it has the email as well as the IP address. So this is the key. So let us go up. So here now it is passing the key and the rate limiter is hitting. Every time we fail the login, then it will hit the rate limiter. So let's go inside here. So here we don't see any definition of this function. For that, we have to go inside this rate limiter class. So here we'll search for hit method, and you can see here it is adding something to the cache, and by default the decay second is 60 seconds, which means it will lock for 60 seconds if we hit the wrong credentials multiple times. And if you want to increase this decay seconds, then you can just go to this login request and just pass, let's say you want to decay for 2 minutes, then you can just say 120 over here. Okay, now it is setting a timer. So it's key.timer, the same key that we have seen before, colon and the timer. And here this available at decay seconds. This is the value, and this is the time for which it will be added to the cache. So it will be added to the cache for decay seconds, and it will add the value to the key along with the timer. And if you look here inside, so here it is also just adding that decay seconds to the current timestamp. So with this, we'll know that from the first attempt, how long should we make the user wait before locking him or her. So what this cache add does is, let's say if there is no any key in the cache, then it will add it, otherwise it will just ignore it. And what this put does is, no matter what, it will always add to the cache. It will just remove the old one and it will add the new thing. But this add will only add the new data, this data to this key if it is not set previously. So it will set this key colon timer, and it will also add another thing on the key, which is 0 for the decay seconds. It is just to count how many times a user has entered the wrong credentials. So this to store the timer for how many long a user can enter the wrong credentials, and this is how many times the user has entered the wrong credentials. And here it will increment the counter. So here it is just double checking if it is not added, and let's say if it is 1, then it will put it to the cache. Let's say it is unable to add to the cache, then it will just put 1 to the cache, and it will decay for the amount of seconds that we have passed, which is by default for 1 minute, which is 60 seconds. You can see here, and it will just return the hits. Now let's go back. Now we have seen that it will just increment the rate limiter count by 1 every time a user enters the wrong credentials, and it just throws this validation exception, and which will be shown here in the view. So now let's look inside the ensure is not rate limited here. So this is looking if too many attempts has not been passed. And here you can see here 5. So before I was saying after 5 attempts, it will lock us down for 1 minute. So it is coming from here. Let's say you want to give more attempts to the user, then you can just write here 10 or any value that you want. Here it checks if the counter is 5 or less than 5, then it will just return from here. It will not throw the rate limiter exception. Okay. Now let's look what is inside here. So too many attempts. And again, here the definition of too many attempts is not defined. So we have to go inside this rate limiter and search for that method. And here it is just calculating if that counter that we have set in the cache has crossed that maximum attempts. Okay, now let's say if that limit has exceeded, then it will throw an event, which is lockout event. And let's say you want to do something whenever the lockout occurs, then you can easily go to event service provider, which is inside app providers and event service provider. And here you can just copy this lockout over here and just register it over here like this, and create a listener for it, whatever listener that you want to create, and then this listener will automatically be called because this lockout event is fired over there. So this event is fired, and here we'll get how many seconds is remaining for the lockout duration. We have already seen that it will lock out us for 60 seconds, and here it will calculate 60 minus and how long it took for us to fail the authentication attempt for 5 times. So let us go ahead and see here inside this available in. So we'll go here and we'll look here. So here you can see here it is getting the timer, which is whenever we fail for the first time plus 60 seconds minus the current time. And if you see here, we are getting the timestamp. And whenever we subtract this from this, we will get time in seconds. And here it is calling the max PHP function, and whatever is the max from the difference of this or the 0, it will just return this. So it is doing this just to prevent the negative value, and it is very smart way of doing it, which means that it will just return how many time is left to complete 1 minute. So now let's go back here. So here we are getting how many seconds is remaining. Then it will throw the validation exception with the email, and here we can see the auth throttle. And if you again see here in the lang en auth, so here is the message: too many login attempts, please try again in the value and this seconds. This seconds will be replaced with this seconds. And Laravel is also passing the minutes. Let's say if you increase the 60 seconds to longer time, then it will be useful there, but it is not being used currently. So if the limit has passed, then it will throw the validation exception, and this message will be again shown here. So now let me try with wrong credential. And since I have done this in the beginning of the video, so 1 minute has already passed, so it will again count from the beginning. So 1 attempt, 2 attempt, 3 attempt, 4 attempt, 5 attempt, 6 attempt. Now you can see here too many login attempts, please try again in 49 seconds. From the first login attempt to the 6th attempt, it took 11 seconds for me. And now 49 seconds is remaining, so it will lock us for that remaining 49 seconds, and after that again it will work normally. So it's always good to dive in and see how things work in some external package or even in the Laravel's core. And I suggest you to do the same thing. You will learn a lot of things there. And I hope you also learned a lot of things in today's video. I also learned a lot of things because I haven't dived in this before, and I just did it, and it added something new to my knowledge. So that's it for this video guys. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.